The next great resource for local weather is now available.
DigitalWeatherDesk.com is your source for up-to-the-minute local weather. Add DigitalWeatherDesk.com to your favorites, download our app, and follow me on social media. The Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank.
Howdy folks, and welcome to the Digital Weather Desk powered by Century Next Bank. I'm Jared Floyd. Happy Monday evening. A lot of folks headed home, and it looks like a lot of folks are still making their way down Interstate 20. Westbound lanes a little backed up. Nothing dramatic, but I think it's just volume. Got a lot of folks trying to get home. And so you put all those cars on the interstate at the same time, you're going to run into some of those problems. Today's forecast made possible by ServPro, Monroe, West Monroe. Faster to any size disaster. Call 318-345-5121 to get a hold of somebody. If you have water damage, mold damage, anything like that, they are standing by, ready to help. I-20, again, a little bit backed up here and there. A reminder that the family relief effort is underway, and the need in our area post-ice storm is staggering. And there's really no other way to put it. And so, again, the application process is open, but the need in our area is quite overwhelming. So if you can donate, I suggest you do so. And you can text Family Relief, all one word, to 91999, or you can also just go to unitedway.org/family-relief-effort, and you can also donate there as well. Of course, 211 always stands by to answer your questions and plug you into the right resources that you need to reach. A look at our almanac from today. 29 the morning low, a daytime high of 67. That is a 38-degree swing if you don't feel like doing the math. I did the math for you. Quite the swing across the area temperature-wise. Again, southerly winds, fairly dry environment, stronger winds and sunshine, all pointing to a warming trend through the course of the day. Quick check of power outages across the area. And again, while these numbers continue to improve, that does not really provide a lot of comfort to those that are still without power. And again, folks have been hopping into the comments on occasion through the daytime hours today saying, hey, we're still without power. Don't forget about us. We haven't forgotten about you. While I'm trying to bring some sense of normalcy back to our day-to-day routine in terms of what I deliver you weather-wise, we have not forgotten about you. And again, so if you have friends, neighbors without power, if you can extend a helping hand in some form or fashion, I suggest that you continue to do so. Temperatures across the area, nice out there this afternoon, low to mid-60s, and that does at least help in some degree for the folks without electricity. At least they had a nice day with sunshine and some milder temperatures across the region. We will work a cold front through the area tomorrow. Quick check of where we were 24 hours ago, and the easiest way to say it is, well, it was cooler 24 hours ago. 18 to 20 degrees cooler in most locations to start the day. PV, Carolyn, and Woody, good afternoon. Good. I was going to say good morning. Not even close. 5:30. Look at wind speeds. Back out of the south and a bit breezy at times. 5, 10, at times into the 13 to 15 mile an hour range. And that's shouldn't be that surprising across the area. Look at normal precipitation over the last 30 days. We usually are aiming for about 100% of our normal rain over a 30-day span, and we're kind of in the ballpark there along the I-20 corridor. Again, you can thank really last week's ice storm for getting us back in the right trend, if you will. The vast majority of what we've seen has come from the storm system that we dealt with last weekend into last week. Beverly, good evening to you. Thanks for joining us from El Dorado. Karen, good evening to you as well. Check of the infrared satellite. Clouds are starting to sneak back in. If you've stepped outside, kind of a picturesque sunset for many locations, but I would expect the clouds to be on a general increase overnight. Could set the stage for maybe a few showers overnight, but the best rain chances hold off until deeper in the day tomorrow. Sherry, good afternoon to you. Check of the radar made possible by Brown's Roofing. Of course, you can schedule your free roof inspection, commercial or residential, at brownsroofingla.com. Nothing doing rain-wise yet. I would expect to see, again, a general increase in moisture overnight. Leads to cloud cover to start, and then the rain will be quick to follow. Joy, Ethel, Betty, Judy, thank you for joining in. Judy joining us from Ruston. Always glad to hear that. Again, winds out of the south, clouds gathered tonight. Area of low pressure, a cold front moves through the area tonight, through the day tomorrow. Ken's joining us from Collinston. Good to hear that. Brings showers through much of the region tomorrow. Rain, most of it fairly light to moderate in its overall intensity, but fairly persistent through the day. Then we actually move our cold front through during the early to mid-afternoon. Could scour out a few thunderstorms along the boundary itself. That front continues to make progress out of our area by late tomorrow night. Skies clear. A reinforcing shot of cooler air arrives late in the day Wednesday, keeps us cool Wednesday, Thursday, and then skies clear again for the end of the weekend before we push a week boundary in by Friday. And I wouldn't be overly concerned about that boundary. Could reset temperatures a few degrees for Saturday, but overall, it looks to be kind of a mild weekend and a dry one at that. Sherry joining us from Mangum. Glad to have you all here. Check of temperatures over the next couple of days, mainly during the afternoon. Again, back into the 60s or at least the upper 50s with the rain through the daytime hours tomorrow. We work the cold front through. We're back into the 50s for highs Wednesday. Reinforcing shot of cool air keeps us in the 50s for highs on Thursday. Winds are back out of the southwest by the end of the weekend, and we're warming up. Back into the mid-60s, maybe even the upper 60s by then. Kathy's joining us from Ruston. PJ joining us from Bastrop. Glad to have all of you here. Rainfall totals. What could we be looking at over the next couple of days? As I mentioned, most of our rain totals will probably be in that quarter to half inch range, at least on the higher end. There will be some spots that don't even get close to that just pick up a few hundredths of an inch of rain here or there. Lowest totals will be farther north, highest totals farther south. It's kind of illustrated here. The official rainfall forecast from the Weather Prediction Center kind of says the same story. A little bit drier to the north, a little bit more rain to the south and east, but overall, most of us should at least see some shower activity with the boundary as it works through the area tomorrow. Lows tonight fall back into the mid-40s. Clouds increase. Rain chances overnight are spotty at best. Really across the northwestern half of our coverage area. I think southern Arkansas along north of I-20 probably had the best rain chances as we go through the overnight. And then pretty much everybody runs into rain tomorrow. Showers, maybe at least a thunderstorm or two through the afternoon. A bit breezy at times with winds out of the south-southwest and daytime highs generally in the low 60s. Could see the mid-60s farther southeast. May only see the upper 50s as you move into southern Arkansas. Again, cooler to the northwest, a little bit warmer to the southeast as we work through the day. Sarah, good evening. Jessica, good evening to you. Sarah says no ice. I ain't got any in the forecast. And you can tell I mean it because I said ain't. I ain't got any. Look at the 7-day forecast made possible by 3B Hardware. Bring the showers and storms back in tomorrow. We're cooler for Wednesday and Thursday. Low to mid-50s. Some areas may struggle to get out of the 40s, especially across southern Arkansas. We're into the 60s for Friday. And continuing that stretch through the rest of the weekend and into the early parts of next week as well. Morning lows, best chance of dropping below freezing is Thursday morning, although some areas could drop below freezing on Wednesday morning or Friday morning. I think that's most likely farther north and west. Most of us should stay above freezing for those 2 mornings. And that's how the forecast sits for the next week. If you did not join us this morning, we had a very one-sided and passionate discussion about, what we're going to be looking at for the middle of the month. There's been a lot of different other weather pages, weather fall of people, whatever you want to call them, that have been clamoring about the potential for winter weather in the middle of the month of February, which is not the boldest of lines in the sand to draw. I mean, that's, again, like saying there's going to be severe weather in April or it's going to be hot in July or August. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. And the reason that, again, I get so frustrated with a lot of this, and just to reiterate, it's not about who. It's not about the fact that you're going and I don't feel like you're cheating on me by going and getting weather information from somebody else. That ain't it. In fact, I implore you to have multiple sources of weather information. That way, if I'm ever really, really off, you're at least getting other viewpoints of our weather and our atmosphere from other folks. And that's okay. But make sure those folks are responsible with your time and with your brain power. Again, I use the equation during the midday stream. Weather data is like handing the viewing public a live hand grenade and being like, here you go, look at this, it's really cool. And then we get mad when the viewing public takes that weather information, skews it in a way we didn't want it to be skewed, and they go, well, I thought you said that this said this. And we go, well, no, that's not what it says. Well, why are you showing it to me? Well, probably shouldn't have. Again, it's the live hand grenade. Why? What? When the public pulls the pin and we go, well, why'd you do that? Well, what did you expect him to do? It's probably not the best analogy in the world, but that's how I feel sometimes. Forecast is always available at digitalweatherdesk.com and on the Digital Weather Desk app, available for Apple and Android users. Links to download at digitalweatherdesk.com. I'll join you tomorrow morning with a look at the rain and the thunderstorms as we set up for Tuesday. Again, not expecting severe weather. A rogue, stronger storm may be producing some gusty winds or some frequent lightning, not out of the realm of possibilities, but this looks to be generally just a kind of a rainmaker. Obviously, if anything changes with that, I'll let you know, but again, there's just not a lot of ingredients to work with to feed a lot of significant thunderstorms across the region. 50s for highs Wednesday, Thursday, and then we're back into the 60s above average for the end of the weekend, or for going into the weekend, which is not too bad. I think a lot of folks will be wanting and be happy to see some sunshine this weekend with dry conditions, especially Mardi Gras festivities and things of that nature. I know a lot of folks just kind of want a weekend to try to, I don't know, disconnect or at least kind of separate themselves from what has been a really crummy last couple of weeks across the area. And so this weekend maybe gives us that. And again, I get worked up because I care about you guys. I'm part of this community. We're all in this together, and I don't like folks playing with your emotions or working you up for no reason. Forecast always available again on the website and on the app. I'll check in with you tomorrow morning. Fishing Game comes out at 8:00 tonight, and I'll see you in the morning. Thanks so much for stopping by the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank. As always, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being an active role and participant in this community, and I'll see you in the morning.